Welcome back to the D4 channel. We are back again with our D4 news of the week.
What's new?
We about to see what's new. Or maybe what's new that's old. That's going on.
Maybe you already know it, but we're going to say it again.
Exactly.
Too bad.
Too bad for you. And if you like the too bad, what do you gotta do, D4?
You gotta like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Make sure to hit that ring ding ding.
Yes, hit that ring ding ding to make sure that you guys are live and up to date where every time we upload a video. I just uploaded chapters 1 through 3 of Star Wars: The High Republic.
Free audiobook.
Listen to the young one. Free audiobook of the High Republic Star Wars conversion. So if you guys like that, which I know you guys do because you guys comment saying you like that type of stuff.
Why wouldn't you like that?
Exactly. Like and subscribe for more of that stuff. But today, we're going to do the news and we're going to start off a little bit sad, D4.
Yeah, we got to show some respect.
So we lost our king, Apollo Creed, a.k.a. Carl Weathers, a.k.a. Grief Karga during the week.
So many roles.
Arrested Development. He's been in so much other things as well. I think he was in... Was he in Rambo? I think he was in Rambo.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
He was in there.
I think he was in Rambo. So, this, like... I remember the news came out of nowhere, D4. I was on Instagram.
Yeah, I didn't know until you told me.
Bro, I hate Instagram sometimes. All my death news come from Instagram.
Mine comes from Twitter.
I literally scrolled. IGN posted, Carl Weathers passed away. And I'm like... I was like, no. They might be talking about another Carl Weathers. I know they're not talking about Apollo Creed Carl Weathers. And it was him.
Like, he's done so many roles. He's such a great actor.
Right? And he looked good.
And doing the
stuff.
acting.
And he was 76, but he looked young. He looked like he was catching his stride, especially with Star Wars. And now he died in his sleep. And I was like, what?
Just like, at least, he's left a big impact.
Right.
Like, he did a lot of roles. He did a lot of good.
He did so much good.
At least he got sent off in a good way.
In a peaceful way.
In a peaceful and good way.
Cause literally when that news broke, D4, I was scouring the internet to be like, what was wrong with him? Heart attack, drug use, cancer. I'm like, he looks fine. I'm like, where?
I'm just glad it was in his sleep so he could, like, go peacefully.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of like reminisce a little bit about our favorite Carl Weathers moments. Now, if you guys don't know, me and her, we're huge Rocky fans.
Absolutely love it.
We watched every film in the Rocky series, including all the Creeds.
Yeah, when he recommended it, I think it was like a month later, I watched the whole series.
Yeah, you should watch the whole series.
I was like, I'm gonna watch Rocky. And then I ended up on I ended up watching the whole series, the whole After series.
Oh, I knew you were gonna love it because
I love it.
It has, man. If you guys watching this have not watched Rocky,
watch it. Actually, watch it right now. Like, don't even listen to us. Watch it right now.
Yeah, take us off and come back and tell because Rocky is one of the greatest. Like, I think I told you or somebody, if Star Wars didn't exist, I think Rocky would be my favorite. Yeah, I thought it would be my favorite.
And when you said that, I was like, oh no, I gotta watch this then.
It's
that everything. Good. Star Wars is everything.
Star Wars is my everything. So if that's high praise,
yes,
come from someone who's literally nothing but Star Wars. And obviously, a big part of the Rocky universe was Carl Weathers' Apollo Creed.
Oh my God.
He was so good from like his introduction as quote unquote the bad guy for our hero.
Yeah, he was great even as a bad guy. I was like, man, this guy kind of annoying, but he grew on me.
Right? He was like Muhammad Ali mixed with like a tinge of like Mike Tyson, mixed with someone else. He just had the swagger and the power.
Some of that narcissism.
That you need. Because before
I mean a lot.
He had a lot because before he fought Rocky, he was 49-0. He did not lose a fight.
No.
So he had all the right to be the most cocky man on the planet.
Freaking America on his underwear, you
like him coming out with an all-American getup, like that. And I'm pretty sure that was like Carl Weathers, like, I gotta come out like an all-American.
Look at me.
Oh my.
You know, had that American shorts. You definitely had that American underwear. He
had the brief, the hat, everything. The way he talked, like, and obviously he was so popular they made a whole Creed spin-off with his bastard son. So like his legend lives on, and I love. It was Rocky 3 when he was fighting Mr. T. When he was training.
I think it's 3. It was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be 3.
It would be 3 because 2 was the rematch.
Yeah.
Between him and Rocky.
4, he, you know. Yeah.
4, he took out with Russia. But yeah, 3 is where he's doing that whole Rocky thing, the Rocky training montage, and he's like, "There is no tomorrow. What's wrong with you?"
That was such a good moment when they were like training on the beach, and he's like, "I can't do it," and then later they were like both smiling
and running on the beach.
That was such a that moment. I was like, my heart.
Oh my! That like, did you happen to see Sylvester Stallone's farewell to him video?
I did not.
It was so sad. Like I like he was tearing up, and I started tearing up.
I mean, that's fair. He's like been working with him for so long.
Right? Like that's his family. That's his brother. And I was like, if you work on Star Wars as an elderly person, you have to look at the Grim Reaper, because we lost Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
We lost Ray Stevenson, Bill and Skull, and now we lost Grief Karga.
I'll never forget when I saw him with that beautiful cape and with those little droids
right
on the stairs.
Which I'm gonna. All right. So I mean, obviously it's a Star Wars channel. So what's your favorite moment from Carl Weathers in Star Wars that you could think of?
That was the main one.
The one with the droids carrying the cape.
That was just so funny, because that was literally his entrance and everything. But he was such a homie. He was a homie to Mando, man. He was a homie. He said, "You know what? You let them come here. Let them live here, bro.
Live on my land. You done so much for us." And he had an arc too, because from season. And him and the planet had an arc, because from season 1, he was like the leader of the Bounty Hunter Guild. He was kind of scum, you know, and he did betray Mando when he took the baby away. But obviously he survived being shot by Mando.
Yeah.
And him and the planet kept getting wealthier and wealthier. And you saw that with his outfits. The droids carried him.
Was getting so
much drip. My favorite moment probably was at the end of season 1, the season 1 finale, and they're coming through the lava cave, and Gideon is coming out with the TIE fighter, and he looks to Grogu, "Baby, do the magic hand thing." I don't know why that hearing Apollo say that was so funny.
I think it was even greater after watching it, because it just added to it, because it's like,
right,
I see him as this, and then he's here doing
this, and he's being silly.
And I feel like either way it could work if you first watch Star Wars and then watch Rocky or whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever order you want to watch it, it could work either way, because then you see him there and you see him in Rocky, and you're like, that's the same person, which shows the talent that this man had.
Yeah, he had great talent. He could traverse no matter the role.
Mm-hmm. And he directed, I think, a few of the episodes in 2 and 3. And all his episodes, don't tell me which episode he did. I can't remember by heart right now. But those episodes were really good. Like, all the episodes were good, but his one directing was
actor, director,
voice actor. And if you guys watch Arrested Development, which is a funny show, he was in a few episodes of that show, and he's hilarious. Like, he's a funny person.
And funny comedian.
Comedian too. Carl Weathers, may the force be with you, King, because we absolutely love you. And I'm very curious to see how I hope they do what they did to Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
I hope they do a tribute to him in the show.
Maybe.
I really hope so. I give him, say he passed away to whatever, and then they give him a nice Mandalorian funeral.
I hope so. I come on. Come on.
Please.
Come on.
Please, Lucasfilm.
Lucasfilm, please. You would be doing the best thing ever.
Please. So give our boy Carl Weathers some loves in the comment below. Like, you tell us what is your favorite Carl Weathers moment in anything he's done. Star Wars, Rocky, whatever film or TV show or voice work he did, you let us know in the comments below. Let us just praise the wonderful king that was Carl Weathers.
Give him his crown.
So give him his crown. May the force be with you, Carl Weathers. And on some, I don't know if this is more less depressing news, but on some very what's the word I'm looking for?
Political? I'm not sure.
Political excitement. Intrigue.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys are staying tuned to Star Wars news, and this came out of nowhere, again, Instagram, I'm scrolling through, and I see Gina Carano suing Disney and Lucasfilm. I'm like, you should have done that like years ago. When they first like wrongfully terminated you.
It's a bit of a delay, I guess, but I guess that's kind of how suing works.
I guess so. Maybe
the legal system, especially with big companies, can be very slow process.
Yeah, especially with her. Now, Gina Carano, if you didn't know, she was in Mandalorian 1 and 2. She was Cara Dune, the ex-rebel drop trooper. Yes. And before that, she was an MMA fighter. She was fighting MMA. And she did other films, but she wasn't the best actor because she was just there to be a brawler. Yeah. Yeah, which makes sense. She's just an MMA fighter. But I thought her acting prowess, like the character Cara Dune, like a rebel, ex-Alderaan, like drop trooper, I thought she was really good.
Yeah, I would have never known that acting wasn't really her thing.
Right? And most people who've seen her in other things and maybe didn't like her in that stuff said The Mandalorian is her best acting job so far. So when I remember seeing this tweet come out, I remember hold on, where is my phone? I
believe your phone is right there.
It's right there? Alright, so D4, talk to them while I don't want to misquote her. I'm going to pull up the article that she said, that she tweeted. Because, in my opinion, I remember seeing it firsthand, and I was like, what she said wasn't that much of a big deal. But, like, the internet's the internet.
Yeah, it's the example she gave. What she was saying, she's allowed to say because, free speech.
Free speech.
But you have to word it in a better way. Mm-hmm. I know she did not mean malicious intent. At least I hope she did not. But for the most part, it seems like she did not seem like with malicious intent. Right. But you really have to watch your wording because the internet is for everyone, and people using certain examples that are still very sensitive in history is probably not a great way to use an example for something that is not as high in that's pretty bad.
Right, because again, she gotta know, especially when you're working with Disney and Lucasfilm, you gotta be very careful with the words you put out. And I don't know Gina Carano personally, but I've seen her do like the round table after the Mandalorian seasons. She seems like a generally nice person, and she seems like she wants to do what's right. And I guess I give her some props for standing on her beliefs that's
good. That's fine.
But and here's what she said. So in 2021. Lucasfilm announced that she will not be returning, which sucked because in season 3, I think they said she's off helping the New Republic do blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So they written her off the show, which I was mad about because I actually loved her. And now that we lost our boy Carl Weathers, there's no one to run Navarro, the planet Mando's on. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. But she, and I quote, she posted, said, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Now, as humans, we tend to see trigger words like Nazi and Jews, and then we take it as the negative. Now, this is not the best way she could have worded what she was trying to say.
Absolutely not.
But she did not insult the Jews or anybody in that comment, first and foremost. She did not. She was basically saying, like, how is them training your neighbors to hate you ain't different from somebody in your life or on social media training you to hate you because of your political views. So I agree on the essence of what she's saying.
I agree with the message that people should not be like choking each other out and like saying screw you without listening to what the other person is saying. Very true.
Right.
But there could have been a better usage of an example here
than Nazi Germany and the whole Holocaust thing.
That is two different things.
Because it's like she wasn't doing this. I know she wasn't. It's like demeaning the Holocaust to people hating you on your political views on social media. It's like those are two different tiers of hating. Like one you're getting mass murdered, and the other is like you'll get nasty comments on X. Okay, whatever.
It seemed like maybe I should have rethought this one before I sent it to the public.
Right. And then after you send it to the public and Disney or Lucasfilm wants you to say an apology, she stands on her 2 feet and says, I'm not going to say an apology for what I've said because it's free speech. And I was like, fam. Allegedly, she's getting paid $25,000 an episode. And she was just a guest star on Man and Sing, not one of the main characters.
No.
$25,000. So I was like, you don't have to mean the sorry that you say. Yeah. But to secure your bag and make sure you still work with Lucasfilm, just make a BS, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant, I didn't mean to offend nobody.
I still think you should have apologized for, like, using the wrong example, but you could still say, I still stand by what I said of, you know.
Right, of hating you based on your views.
Of hating you on your views. That, you should say, I'm not going to apologize for it, but you should apologize for the example you used.
Exactly, and she said no.
You're not demeaning what you're saying, but at the same time, you're not demeaning people's feelings.
So I thought I remember watching that. I'm like, this is really dumb.
This is
dumb from both sides. Like Disney, first of all, Disney. We all know the negative stuff in the background of your company. Like Bob Iger during the whole strike didn't want to pay the writers. And he said publicly, blah blah blah. Writers and actors don't deserve to be paid. Whatever. Like they're all Disney Corporation. All those rich white people that had you all do way worse things than Carano's tweet. Just nobody really hears about it. So let's calm down because I don't think she deserved to get fired for what she said. Like maybe she should have been like what they do, like HR or someone trains her or a publisher trains her on how to use social media while working with Disney. Firing I thought was a little extreme, especially since they had a whole, and this is when Disney used to like just announce shows without any real plan. There's a show that was supposed to be called The Rangers of the New Republic, and they made that show because she was so good in The Mandalorian, they wanted to give her her own spin-off that she would lead. When she got fired, that show got canceled.
Yeah, obviously.
So, like, hold your brakes on your rash decisions sometimes, Disney. And, like, she wasn't being a criminal. She used poor choice of words. That is true. But I don't think she deserved to be fired for it.
Both are wrong.
You're right.
Both are wrong.
And the funny part is she's getting Elon Musk help funding the lawsuit. Because he said anybody who was wrongfully discriminated for while using my platform X, I will support. So she has the backing of the great Elon Musk.
We'll see how that one goes.
So, honestly, D4, I think they're not winning this lawsuit.
Yeah, because technically what she said was just like free speech.
Free speech, yeah.
I mean, you may not like it, but it was really not harming
anybody. So I think Disney's probably gonna lose this lawsuit. But I think she wants to be recast. I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Usually when people fire people, they don't really come back.
Yeah.
That's pretty rare.
So I can't really see her being back on The Mandalorian or any Disney thing, at least not for the recent time being.
Not in the near future.
But that remains to be seen. So Gina and Elon Musk are finding the mouse on wrongful termination. So we'll keep you up to date on how that goes, because that's going to be a very interesting story, because these lawsuits, as you know, especially in America, can drag on for quite some bit.
Very long.
Very long. But now let's get to some fun news that everybody loves. Andor!
Andor!
Since that's the best thing that's come out since sliced bread.
Since sliced bread?
Since sliced bread.
Oh boy.
That's how good Andor is.
Jeez.
And apparently it's wrapped. Stellan Skarsgard said he loves the ending of Andor. He praises the writers. And listen, I love Andor. It's probably, if I'm being objectively, it's probably the best written Star Wars show on Disney Plus. Yeah. And when I say that, best written, what I mean is like,
it's the most humanizing one.
Yes.
It's like the most humanizing story in like all of Star Wars.
Correct.
Like, it actually puts like life and death into like good perspective.
And it makes the Empire this actual, because the Empire's usually like bumbling idiots.
Yeah, it makes it goofy, but this one's actually like, damn, they serious.
Like the Empire is not playing around. So, and then all the characters are written very well. The dialogue, like I always go from the two speeches in they had a few amazing speeches. The one with Andor's mom in the funeral. Yeah, that speech
one was really good.
Was fire. The one where I can't remember his name. The nerdy one when they're doing that heist to steal the money. Yes. When he wrote the thing for Andor and it was speaking out, that was really good. And then Stellan Skarsgard's character, when he gives a few good speeches about like when the guy came up in the elevator, the ISB, and he's like, I think about you often. He gets what did I sacrifice? I sacrificed my whole morality. I sacrificed everything. Like he's so good at the writing is so good. I just wish there were more aliens and more Star Wars-like elements.
It was like definitely good for anyone who's like not a fan of like, what would you say, like the silliness of Star Wars?
Right? Yeah. Like if you don't like the good, because Mando has a good mix of serious and the silly. I think in my humble opinion, Star Wars has a proper mix of the silly and the serious, stuff going on.
But I guess it's out there for like the more serious fans.
Right. So I would say objectively, that's the best written show. So it's no surprise to see that he's praising the writers because of the same people who worked on season 1. And there was when it first came out, they were supposed to do 5 seasons. One season for each year of his life leading up to Rogue One, the Death Star. But I think the guy who made it was like, I'm not doing 5 seasons of this show.
Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, so he said he's gonna do 1 more season. It's gonna be the same 3 episode arc structure, and I think each episode arc is a year in itself.
Wow, so I'm assuming it's like gonna be an hour each episode or something?
About an hour probably each episode.
Yeah, because that's the only way I could see it without it being a rushed mess.
I really hope it's not a rushed mess.
Because I know people are gonna riot if Andor messes up. Oh, pitchforks.
If Andor messes up, you know damn well y'all on the internet are going to burn Twitter, YouTube, and Disney to the ground.
It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a hot mess.
Because right now Andor is what keeping Star Wars fans from full rioting,
choking each other out.
Exactly. And you're still doing that because some people are like, oh, Andor wasn't really Star Wars, and some people are like, it's the greatest thing ever. How dare you not love Andor better than Obi-Wan or Ahsoka?
We can have different opinions,
right? and people forget the beauty of all these shows is that there's something for everybody.
Yeah, it caters to really everybody because we got some for the kids, some for the teens, some for the young adults.
One of you with the long ass name, you know who you are, comment on one of our videos about my Star Wars Young Jedi Adventure review. Why don't you like it? Of course it's not for you. Why don't you like it? I'm like, I know it's not for me. It's literally for 6-year-olds. I went into this show knowing it was for babies, but it was Star Wars and I wanted to watch it. And I enjoyed it for what it was. It teaches you good lessons that some of you adults need to learn, like teamwork, helping people out, being friends, all that good stuff children and most adults need to learn.
More, like, the lesson is, please, before you comment on things, please watch the entire thing. Do not skim. Mm-hmm. Please watch the entire thing before you make a statement that contradicts something that was literally said in the video.
Please.
That is it. And that goes for everything.
Everything that you do, like,
do
on the
not make
internet.
a comment on something you do not know about.
And that makes it perfect for the Gina Carano thing. Like, people literally started immediately after I'm like, sit and think about what she said, like, before you go.
From both sides. If there's not enough information, wait a little while before making a public opinion. You can still have your own opinion. You can talk with your friends about it.
Exactly.
But save the public opinion for a little later when you have enough information.
Correct. And you're not coming at it at a pure emotional perspective, because that's where people can't have discussions or argument anymore, because, like, you're just coming in from a, you're wrong, Andor is the greatest, or why do you hate this? Because, like, we have Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Andor. We have, so if you don't like Ahsoka, you got Andor. If you don't like Andor, you got Ahsoka.
Of course, you are allowed to complain as much as you want.
Correct.
But do not go attack people for liking something you do not like.
Exactly.
You're allowed to not like something and not
preach.
Freaking say, wow, you have a trash opinion because you like this.
Like, who are you? Who are you to tell somebody that they like what they like? Like, you're yucking on their yum for no reason. They like what they like. It's like, you can't tell them, you're stupid because you like Obi-Wan. It's like,
all you have to say is like, well, I didn't feel that way. I thought this wasn't that good. And they're like, well, I like this. And it's like, well, that's your own opinion. I didn't really like it, but, to each their own.
And agree to disagree and walk your way and respect that you all...
That's it.
I think we forget, at the end of the day, we all love Star Wars. That's at the end of the day.
In different ways, we like different elements of Star Wars.
But we love Star Wars, so people gotta remember that. So I really hope, I know when Andor comes out, it's gonna be, again, praise to the high heavens.
Yeah, as long as they keep their formula, keep doing what they do.
It's gonna be great. And obviously, like, he praised the ending, which they told us what the ending is gonna be. It's literally gonna end with him on that asteroid about to enter in basically the story of Rogue One. So literally after you finish Andor, you could literally just watch Rogue One. It's like one smooth transition. So
beautiful. Great time to rewatch.
It's a great time to rewatch Rogue One. So if you know how Rogue One starts, that's how Andor is gonna end. But I'm very curious to see important characters like where Stellan's character is gonna be. I'm curious to see where Melch is with him in Rogue One before he dies on Scarif. But I'm curious to see all those characters around him, like Andor's girlfriend. Like, what happens to them?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
there's a lot to unravel because we have 4 more years of this guy.
Of who? Of Andor?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna because the first season was year 1 of his life.
Yeah, so he would have 4 more.
So 4 more years in these 3 episode arcs. So 4 more years of whatever he is up to build up to.
So that's a lot of different characters and life. And
I'm very curious to see how Mon Mothma does in these.
Oh my God. Mon Mothma, sometimes she's my greatest ally and sometimes she's my biggest op. I swear.
Like, we root for her now in this period of her life because, like, she's against everything. But if you watch Ahsoka, you look at her and like, bro, what is you doing?
I can't tell sometimes if she's like the greatest ally or like the worstest person ever. Like what? Well, she's not a horrible person. It's just sometimes she's just like nodding her head to the worst things I've ever heard.
Right. I know it's a democracy, and again, at the end of the day, she is a politician.
Correct.
But being through, because people forget, she was with Padme in the Republic when it was failing. She was in the Imperial Senate. She left. Yeah. And now she's the Chancellor of the New Republic. You've seen 3 eras of this Republic go to shit because of terrible decisions.
Yes.
And you're just sitting by while all these other scum politicians are running.
Different galaxies. Unreal. Listen
Space
to
whales.
A droid. Listen to a droid. It's not like droids have ever helped us before. No, right?
Bro, R2 literally carried the plans for the Death Star.
Yeah, droids. Useless. They never do anything good.
Bro, like, that's insane. So, Mama, in Ahsoka Season 2, you need a hoop a little harder.
Yeah. Or at least voice up when you hear some outlandish stuff like droids, galaxies.
Like, what? Which I like D4. I want this trend to come back. In the High Republic, they have 2 chancellors at the same time.
2.
They have 2 chancellors.
You know, that sounds like it would be more interesting.
Because and the way it works, they both have equal power, and they both have all the duties of the chancellor, but they split it up. And when I was thinking about it, I'm like, I like that, because if one chancellor ends up being batshit crazy corrupt, the other one most likely will not be, and they could balance each other out.
You know, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Unless both of them are bad, then that's double bad.
Well, that would be the whammy. In the High Republic right now, the 2 chancellors I know, one of them, she has a pet like sun lion, which is so cool. And she's like the really nice one, and the other one is a little bit shady. So,
well, you know, that's a good balance. I like that.
That's a good balance. But you're right. If they get 2 corrupt...
If we get 2 shady people...
That shit. That would not go well. So, Andor, Season 2, it's coming out soon. I didn't see the date. I'm thinking, because... We're gonna get Bad Batch very soon.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch coming out soon.
We said that like, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah, it's coming out this month. I think Andor's coming out either late this year or early next year. I think, which that would be very good, and that comes into our next topic. Mando and Grogu, the Mandalorian, are rumored to be being released in 2026.
Hey, see some more news after 2 weeks of we only knew the name. We didn't know anything else.
We didn't know anything else, and this is a rumor. Bob Iger did say it's going to be released 2026. Yeah. Most likely in May, because I think they're still trying to do that in May and Rey in December, which
It's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot, and if I know Mando and Grogu are not gonna fail, but by some off chance, it fails in terms of the perception of the fans, and then you have Rey, who's already divisive in the Star Wars fandom. I'm gonna be 2 whammies in 1 year.
And both of those are the Rey one's a movie, right?
The Rey one's a movie.
Ooh, if they mess up a movie again, I feel like they'll never make a movie ever. They'll never do it again.
Like, literally, if this is the case, D4, of them mess up 2 movies in this 1 year, allegedly, if this is what happens, they might never touch movies again. Yeah,
it's fair to say they won't, because it already felt like they didn't want to.
Right.
And now they really would not want to if... Literally, their little gremlin face,
fails them at the box office. Like if Grogu can't carry your box office,
then nothing can.
Nothing will carry your box office.
In their eyes, nothing will.
In their eyes, which again, like since Disney took over, they've really had no failures. Really, even Solo, which they shot themselves in the foot because they put that against Endgame and a bunch of other bangers that one. That still made $500+ million, despite everything that went on in that movie. That movie made $500 million. So like, you have no real losses in your movie department financially. Now, yeah, fans' reception is a little different.
Correct. I mean, they'll still be watching and paying, but after a while, that's gonna. They gonna.
The only ones I don't see get hate is Rogue One. People seem to universally love Rogue One, which that's probably why Andor love got so tracked as the same guy.
If it's got Andor in it, you already know the fans. You might as well have like an Andor poster and like kind of like
start bowing down to
worship it. Do a little SpongeBob like lick the burger.
Like, I'm gonna put that video in there
because Andor.
Bro, watch him, like, there's a trend of all the characters coming back from death. Watch him come back from being blown up on Scarab by the Death Star. Like, somehow Andor.
I feel like that's the moment when fans will start hating Andor.
Yeah, they're like, did he get blown? Okay, all right, Disney. I'm done. I'm done.
And then it's over.
And then it's Disney.
Don't over milk Andor. You're on the right track. Don't mess it up.
Which is why I'm so glad it only has 2 seasons.
Yeah, honestly, if they had done what they originally were gonna do, they would have messed up at some point.
Yeah.
Because they were gonna somehow, it being longer, I feel like they would somehow still rush something.
Correct. Like,
even though it would be long.
They'll be like, wait, we should do this right here. No, wait. I'm like, just make it tight, make it simple.
Because when it comes to that, you either rush things somehow, or you make it way too damn slow.
Exactly. And
slow is okay.
Right.
But there is such thing as, oh my god, could put me to sleep at certain moments.
Like, let's get to the point. And Andor's a very slow show in general.
Which it was.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
because
it was slow in a good way, not a bad way.
Because, like, the 2 episodes will build up into the 3rd episode, which is always, like, a climactic banger of whatever heist or thing.
You know, the good way to do it.
The good way to do it. Like, so Andor is not. People will say Andor is boring. I don't know if you watch the same show, because Andor is not boring.
Andor is not boring.
It
may not be your cup of tea. It may be a little too human, too realistic.
Right.
But it is certainly not boring.
So, the Mando and Grogu, I know it's not going to be boring. And now that our boy Carl Weathers is gone, I don't, because I don't, I think they're going to, 2026 is a long way, so I'm going to assume they do season 4 first, and then that movie. So, I don't know if I'd want them to do Carl Weathers tribute in, like, the beginning of the show, or do it in the movie. Well, they're probably not doing the show, because the show will pick up right after where they are.
Yeah.
Or unless the show, cause I don't know what stage they are in writing season 4. I think they're deep in the writing, but if they change it to where, like, say Mando was gone off the planet doing adventures with Grogu, and then he comes back and hears the news about grief, and then the movie on the big screen, you know, since I follow Carl as a big screen guy, you give him a big whole tribute on the movie. I would like that.
That would be very, very nice. I feel like they'll just, if they do it, which I hope they do, I feel like it will just be in the TV show. In the TV show, right? I don't think they'll do it in the movie. I
think you're right, because, like, they're going to have, like, 8-10 episodes. At some point, he'll be back home.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be in the show.
But either way, give our boy Carl Weathers some love, Disney.
Way, movie, TV, both, something.
Give him something. But you guys, let us know what you thought of everything we spoke of in the comments below. And again, like and subscribe to the D4 channel for this version of the Star Wars universe on the YouTubes. Please, if you like us, if you like our energy, you like our light side of the Force, please like, and subscribe. Help us get monetized on the channel. And again, comment.
Please.
If your comments are on the light side of the Force or on the dark side, we will respond.
We accept both.
We accept both sides of the Force, and we're gonna try to make the balance, even though some of you really don't want the balance. But we go and try. Balance? We don't need balance. So please do that. And again, we're trying to bring back our own channels. So if you do like us individually, check out check out Hamtainment and Beanie Moon channel, because we are trying to still.
Don't worry, we'll come back eventually this year. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I don't know why I didn't believe you when you said that, but and that was for me. That was for me, Hamtainment. Not somebody.
No, trust me. We are. Believe us.
Believe us, please.
Believe it.
Believe in us. Believe in us that believes in you, that believes in me.
Yes.
Good enough. So thank you, and again, Carl Weathers, and to all our friends out there, may the Force be with you. Yes. Rest in peace, my king.
Rest in peace.
We'll see you later.
Bye.